the lovely Lorraine Lopez, co-hostess with the mostest, in the place to be. Say
Hey.
hello. Say hello to the
Hi,
people.
people.
Um, as you heard last week, we addressed the conditions and the earthquakes in Puerto Rico and the relief efforts. We had an extensive conversation. Lorraine chimed in on it. The congressional candidate Samuel Ravello chimed in on it. And we had asked that Lorraine would update us from time to time on what's going on. And she has a couple of things about to happen that she wants to let y'all know about.
Oh, okay. Thanks, thanks, AJ. I, I, Ben Ruros from Yonkers Voice got in contact with me because he's doing a relief effort for Puerto Rico. Him and this gentleman named Alberto Velasquez, and they're going to be heading over to Puerto Rico on the 24th. There's a lot going on in Puerto Rico. They've had over 1,000 earthquakes. They keep coming, 5, 6 of them a day. And tomorrow, the three of us are going to be on Aleda Castillo's show, Culturally Lit, at WVOX at 7 o'clock. And I'm asking for everyone to tune in and watch because we're going to be discussing everything that's going on in Puerto Rico about the relief efforts that we're working on. And we're going to be asking for folks' support. And while I'm here, real quickly, we're collecting gift cards. If anybody wants to donate gift cards, please give me or AJ or Rue Ross a call or hit us up, and we'll gladly pick them up. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to say that, AJ.
Now, has there been any updates from last week to this week? What's been going on? Do you know or that you can share?
Yo, the stuff is crazy. They just found 7 warehouses, and I'm talking about the size of airplane hangars, full of supplies for Puerto Rico that the government had stored and never gave to the people. And the citizens,
the Puerto Rican government or the United States government?
The Puerto Rican government. Okay. The Emergency Services Commissioner of Puerto Rico was fired today. As soon as they found it, he was fired because he was supposed to be in charge of distributing that. And people have suffered after the hurricane and are suffering right now. We got 20,000 people sleeping in the streets because they're afraid. Some of them lost their homes, but the majority of them get waking up all night with tremors, and they're sleeping in the streets, and they're sleeping in camps. And none of this stuff was distributed. I mean, we're talking about diapers, we're talking about baby formula, medicine, portable stoves, the necessities that are needed. And so there's a lot going on right now as far as the corrupt government is concerned and the suffering of the people. And we're going to be discussing that tomorrow night.
Okay. Again, check out the Culturally Lit show, Leda Castile, WVOX and WVOX.com. And I think sometimes she streams it live on her Facebook page, which I'm sure Lorraine will probably share on her page, so you can watch it that way as well. But it's WVOX 1460 AM on the AM dial, or you can go to WVOX.com. Check out that show. Pepsi Martinez said, stuff that was donated when they had Hurricane Maria. And Ken Bright said, "Yup, held up, criminal."
Yeah,
that's criminal.
Oh God, you got it. We don't have time to discuss it, but you want to barf when you hear this. It's horrible what's going on.
We have Loretta Thomas said good evening. Ken Bright tuned in. Robert Elizabeth said good evening. Peter Pilati said is tuned in. Mutombo Muhammad is tuned in. Cicely Graves is tuned in. Omi Medina is tuned in. Michael Bullock. Ayanna Armstrong, who is our guest who's coming on later, is listening. She'll be on briefly, real short. Rua said it was also shared on Yonkers Voice.
It would also be shared tomorrow night on Yonkers Voice. And in the meantime, people get in contact with him if you would like to help.
I want to shout Ben, a lot of people
Talk
like
the
to
talk.
no
But
that
don't
too.
walk it.
That too. A lot of people like to create division among a lot of different groups, and turn them against each other. I have a lot of respect for Rue Ross, some of the stuff he does. Going down to Puerto Rico, that's really a huge thing. He's done other efforts like that. And for all that he does, we've teamed up on a few projects, like working for Omi Medina to get that situation solved. And,
Yeah.
and Lorraine has been involved and wrote some stuff for them and did some video stuff. I want to congratulate him and salute him for all that he does. Shout out to Hezi Aris from the Yonkers Tribune. Shout out to Talk of the Sound, and all the local
Yonkers Newswire.
Yonkers, the
Brian Harrod.
the entire Newswire, because he does one Newswire
Yeah.
for everything. But I wanted a salute. You know, it's all of us who have boots on the ground covering various areas. They cover Yonkers. Talk of the Sound covers New Rochelle very, very well. They're down deep in the weeds, and they cover that extensively. And then there's a couple of others for all the people that hold it down locally for the community.
Yeah.
We Black Westchester salutes all of you. Rue Ross said, right on, AJ, you are correct 100%. So, there's times that we differ in our opinions and our approach. And we have different opinions on some of the subject matters. And
But we respect each other's,
Right, but we respect each other's grind, each hustle.
Yeah.
And I do have a lot of respect. And, I'm not going to let anybody divide us. Like one of the first divisions they tried to do when we were putting out the paper, people was like, oh, you're going to kick Westchester County Press ass. You're going to knock them out the park. No, we stand on their shoulders. If there was no Westchester County Press, it was like 90-something years now, there might not be a Black Westchester. You know what I'm saying? So, and we followed their some of their the way they were doing things. They were the first to really drop off papers at all the major Black churches. You know what I'm saying? And that was one in our distribution. Damien came up. He said, "Yo, we need to hit all the Black churches," and that was one of the things we are doing and trying to do. So shout out to the Westchester County Press. I forgot them too, and anybody else who's doing it locally, whether you have a blog or whether you have a radio show or whatever. Shout out to all the local media representatives in any form or fashion. Shout out to the one and only Damon K. Jones is tuned in and sharing the show on all the Black Westchester pages and throughout the Facebook. So if you're not watching my page, you'll see it on one of those pages that Damon is sharing.
And
it
he
on.
shared it on Latino Empowerment too.
Right. Ken Bryce said division works no different than street gang mentality. Exactly. And it weakens us because we're stronger together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Working together, working to deal with corruption and uplifting our communities, it empowers all of us. If someone attacks the Yonkers Voice and Black Westchester doesn't come to their aid, and then they attack the Yonkers Newswire and no one comes to their aid, and then they attack Talk of the Sound or the Yonkers Tribune and no one comes to their and Black Westchester doesn't come to their aid. Then when they come after Black Westchester, there is nobody to defend us because we let all the other ones get attacked and didn't do nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So we do have to stand together. KP Patterson is tuned in. Was there anything else? Did we leave anything out? Is there anything else you wanted to bring up about Puerto Rico? The show tomorrow, but anything else?
Yeah. No. But those warehouses, real quickly, you know how they found it? The people of Puerto Rico saw the warehouses and they broke in, and they showed the media, look at what's here. If the people of Puerto Rico would not have done that, they never would have found it. They never would have known. It never would have been distributed. The one guy that found it, Facebook ended up deactivating his account. And
do you know his name? You don't know his name.
No, but I can get you his name.
Okay, I want to salute him.
And salute. Yeah. Not only that, but they said they're gonna press charges on him for trespassing.
Well, let me just say,
could you believe that crap?
For him and all of those that found it and broke in, first off, A round of applause. And it goes to prove something we say here on the show. It is the people who have the power. And regardless of who is in government, whether it's local, county, state, or federal, it doesn't make a difference. It's the people who have the power.
Yeah.
And everybody should rally around that individual, whatever his name is.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure he's going to get incredible support because he's a hero.
And they took down, and Facebook gives a gas face for taking down for him exposing what the government was doing and them deactivating his account.
Yeah.
They get the gas face when they let all these politicians post false stuff and all kinds of propaganda that is not true, and they don't take none of that down. They let them do it because they making money, and they let them do that. So they get the gas face. Shout out to Atif Khalil. He said pray for Puerto Rico. He said absolutely. KP Patterson said absolutely.